What is up, everybody? Welcome to episode number 22 of the Final Circle podcast. Today is Wednesday, May 1st, as we record this episode, first day of May. What's up, Andrew? How you doing, man?
I'm fantastic. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good, man. I got a little bit of like an infection going on in my brain, I'm kidding, but in my sinuses. So I've been like streaming.
Yeah, your ears, right, too?
Yeah, it's kind of weird. Like I know it's kind of weird to talk about, but I have like an ear infection because I was saying my headphones have been bothering me for the past like 2 weeks when I was wearing them. And I thought it was just about like maybe having my volume too loud, which I normally, when I first started playing video games, I mean, not when I first started, but forever, my whole life, I've been able to play like without listening to a lot of audio. Like I remember playing with my buddies growing up, they would have to have the TV like cranked, and I would play Halo and a lot of those games like without any sound. Like it would be so low. I don't know why, I just like never cared. But obviously in today's gaming, like in PUBG, it really does make or break in these battle royale games your day having a headset. Like it's just unavoidably beneficial, you know? So I found myself kind of cranking my volume up louder and louder over time. And like it's really helpful when you hear someone's coming. Like I have this booster on my controller, this part that connects into my controller into my headset that can make my volume so loud that I can hear when people are like really far away, like almost too far away, and it like confuses me because I'll hear people that are so far away that I think they're in the building next to me, but they're actually like 3 buildings over. And so bringing it back, I thought like my volume was just too loud, so I turned it down, and then I was like, no, this is actually pretty bad right now, and it's been for like a while. And I went to the doctor, and I'm like, yeah, dude, you have an ear infection. So I'm taking like medicine, but I noticed that my headphones are bothering me a lot while I'm wearing them all day because I edit videos in the morning, and then I stream, and then when we do the podcast, everything I'm doing on my computer, I have my headphones on. So
yeah, you get some small, like use your iPod headphones or some shit.
Yeah, I used to use those all the time at work. Always have one headphone in, so I'm like, it's weird, but there was an earbud, and now I'm using the over-ear ones. But they say the over-the-ear ones are supposed to be more comfortable, but I don't know, they're pretty heavy. So it's like
they hurt the side of my head after a while.
Yeah. I'm thinking, so I did some Googling, and I noticed that HyperX actually has in-ear earbuds, like headphones that go in the ear, obviously, and they're like on sale right now for like $30 on Amazon. So I might buy them, and then I figured like maybe I could also just review them, and then I'm already like kind of supporting HyperX products for the most part. I have their headset. So then I wanted to check in with you because you said you use the Turtle Beaches still, right? Or did you move on from those? Are you still using those? Do you know what model it is or no? Do you have any idea?
I gotta look. The X7. I don't know. I can't remember. They're only wired. They wire up to the controller, and that's it. They're like the X. I think they're like $150 ones.
Okay.
But dude, the same thing happens to me, man. Like they get heavy on your head, and the Turtle Beaches are pretty light. They're comfortable. But like around, like every now and then, if I play a game for a long time, like we're playing for a lot of hours, I could notice like moisture, like a watery wax buildup in my ear.
Yeah, because I think this is, sorry for anybody if this is like weird to listen to, but I think when you're wearing the over the ear headphones, it's like it's kind of creating like a heat pocket, like it's like hot. It's like, when I'm like done wearing these headphones, my ears are warm, and it kind of messes. I think that warmness is making like, obviously bacteria thrives in like warmness, and I think it's like doing some kind of thing to my ear. And some people said that like, oh, dude, you can't get an ear infection from your earphones. But when I talked to the doctor about it, he said that that's definitely possible, that because it's like making it warm, it could be like creating a state where it's like breathing that kind of stuff. So I don't know. And I clean my headphones
at first.
Yeah, I clean my ears out a lot after I game, and also I clean my headphones a lot with alcohol. I have these alcohol swabs, and I clean my headphones and stuff because when you're wearing them all day, like your head sweats, or your head is very oily. So I don't know. I just try to keep it clean, but I don't know what happened. So this is the first time I've ever had this issue, and I've been wearing headphones gaming for years. So I'm not sure. I also was just traveling, so it could have been something with traveling and swimming. I was like, I was in a hot tub. Hot tubs usually have like a lot of
they're like cesspools for shit.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm not really sure, but I'm just hoping I feel better because I get like these huge headaches now, and it's just like wearing the headphones make it kind of worse. But first world problems, I guess. It's not that bad, but just sharing.
I mean, I like the Turtle Beaches. I know like you don't like them, but
No, it's just because I had a bad experience with them like in high school, but that was like 10 years ago, so or more than that.
I think a lot of like things were crappy the first.
Yeah, I think, dude, I said it. Turtle Beach came out as like a lower end headset, and then now they make better headsets, and also like they've paired with streamers and partnered with streamers. I mean, so I think they've stepped up their quality now. But in the beginning, they came in as like, oh, here's Astro and all these expensive ones. Like Turtle Beaches are the cheapest, so they would obviously like they weren't the best quality, and now they've stepped it up a lot.
Yeah, so I think they were the first ones to have like the $50 model or whatever, like, you know, $40 ones.
Yeah, they have like $20, $30, $40 models. So that's kind of interesting. Actually, I was in a plaza. I was going to see the doctor. I was driving and I pulled into a plaza to get lunch, and there was a Five Below, and I didn't end up going in, but someone said in the stream that they literally got a headset over the ear headphones from Five Below for $5, and I was gonna go look for them and like take a picture of it, but I was just like, screw it, I'm not even gonna go inside. But he said they work great. Whoever it was, I forget who it was in the stream, but if you guys are looking for a super budget pair, you could always do that. And I guess technically you can use like skull candies or whatever you have, but I tried to use my skull candies that are old, and it was brutal. It just did not.
Yeah,
sound
some
right.
of the they don't the volume. They're not made for the controller, I think.
Yeah, it was just weird,
dude. Yeah, and I mean, I feel like the ones from the the headphones from Five and Below are probably made from like used condoms or something. Ear infection.
Dude. Yeah, who knows? But just something I thought was interesting. So that's what's going on with me. Possible. Yeah, but who knows? Who knows what's going on? But that's pretty much what's going on with me, and the stream and the podcast continues. So I don't really, chugging along. Oh, I know we can start with a good other than talking about headphones. So I guess in conclusion, I'm going to order these headphones, and hopefully they aren't too bad. And then if they are, I guess I'll just return them to HyperX if they take them back. I think I would know pretty quickly if I didn't like them or not. So we had the tournament over the weekend, and I know you were able to catch a little bit of it. You were out to lunch. It was kind of funny. Andrew sent me a picture. He was out to lunch, and they had the phone like on the table watching a little bit. But I'm sure like you didn't catch all of it because you were eating and hanging out and stuff. But the tournament was overall, there were some bits and pieces that I was kind of disappointed by, but overall just another successful tournament. For the most part, I was happy with it. I had a lot of fun. A lot of people said they enjoyed it. I probably had the most feedback of people saying that they enjoyed it. But there was a couple things that happened, and we got kicked out of the last game, which to me was like the worst part, especially because it was the last one. If it was like the second one, at least like we would have had another one to look forward to. But it was like we were building up all this momentum, and Sanhok is my favorite map. And you know what makes me kind of even more mad about it is because someone was being accused of cheating, and I don't want to bring up their names because I think like it was kind of inconclusive, and I think I'm just going to let it go. They said that it wasn't them, it wasn't what it was, and I'm just going to take their word for it, obviously, for this time. And you know, because I'm not going to argue with somebody, and I'd rather just trust them and let them if it happens again, then we know, but I'd rather just trust them. So I'm not going to, go there. But the reason why I was, when you're playing custom games, I can't move the camera around that much because when I load to another person, it's like my Xbox is loading that new area. So say if you're on Sanhok and I'm viewing someone at Paradise and then I hit right bumper and I switch to the next player and that person's all the way at Ruins, the camera is loading that like jump and it's also loading a whole nother place and the Xbox can just crash. So
yeah, you gotta do it slow.
You have to do so you do one person, you let it load. You do one person, you let it load, and so but it takes a long time for it to load in. And someone was accusing this team of cheating, so I was trying to get over to them to view that team. Yeah. So I was like trying to speed up a little bit, and there's no way to get to them. And unfortunately, there's no way to like select a team and go right to that team.
Yeah.
So there's so many missing options, and so I was trying to like move faster because it was happening like in real time, and I'm like, man, and it was really weird. There was people, they were kind of moving in a weird direction from each other. I'm like, I don't know, it's weird. So and then it crashed as I was trying to do that. So it made me more disappointed that happened while I was trying to determine that, and it is what it is. But again, I just repeat myself, but it is what it is.
No, yeah, I mean, if there was like $10,000 on the line, I'd be a little more concerned about it. But
yeah, it's mostly for fun. Everything was just
Yeah. I mean,
but
people like place top percentage.
No, I haven't even finished like calculating on stuff, but just looking at their initial stats, no. So yeah, it's not a big deal. But other people are just disappointed because they're like, hey, we got killed out of nowhere.
Been in the running, and that could have screwed them over. Yeah.
Yeah, they were like we were hiding. We really weren't moving, and this team came up and like knew exactly where we were, and it was just kind of weird. But then again, it's not like when I'm like the stream is delayed 45 seconds. So if you're moving at all, it shouldn't give you like that big of an advantage looking at my stream. You know what I mean? And we're also playing. So it's like, you know, I don't know.
I want to try to like watch that like with the delay. I mean, I don't not believe anybody. You know what I mean? I get it.
No, I totally get it.
I just would try. I want to like try to see like, because it's so. I remember when we were playing the solos. I remember like you didn't have. I mean, you didn't have much of a delay.
No, and solos I only had a 10-second delay.
Yeah, and it was so hard. I don't know. I'm not good at multitasking. But, no, like if you're like moving and everything, and you have a long delay, like if
totally. And I'm hitting
moving,
like I'm hitting like
yo, look and be like, oh, we're near that person right now. Like you have to be watching pretty consistently to be like, oh, we know that person's there. You know, I don't know. Yeah. It's hard to.
No, I agree with you. I feel like
a minute later too.
I feel like the only thing that you could use it for, which to me isn't even that big of a deal, but it is unfortunate, is say like if you land somewhere in a house, say you land in a big city like Yasnaya, you get into a house, you hide in the closet, you watch the stream for like 2 minutes because I'm hitting like back, seeing where everybody landed, and you'll immediately know like, oh, no one else landed at Yasnaya with us. But you would see that, you would know that if you just paid attention to the parachutes that are around you. So it's like, you know, like, and then in that whole time you'd not be looting because you'd be watching the stream. So it's like,
I mean, that's the issue with like doing the whole thing online. Like that's why those tournaments are like in person. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But like you're gonna have some maybe like you may not see a parachute and you'll be like, oh, there is someone here by seeing the stream.
Yeah,
I mean, you know what I
something
mean?
like that. But again, there's not like there's exactly, it's not a $10,000 prize on the line or anything like that. So, but you know, obviously you just don't want people to cheat.
No,
but,
I agree.
Maybe next time move it up a little bit. I moved it up to 45 seconds. I try not to keep the stream too late because then it's hard to like manage the lobby and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And there was just a lot of things going on. So I think just to keep going on this, like another thing that disappointed me, which again, I'm not blaming anybody, but a lot of people like didn't show up, but it was fine because we had so many alternates. But what makes
the hell, guys, that didn't show up?
Yeah, what the hell, dude?
Because I could have played, bro. And then I went out to lunch.
Yeah, so a lot of people, there was a lot of alternates, which was fine. And we actually filled it right back up, but that took like 10, 20 minutes. Yeah. You know, because I tried to give those people time, you know, like a lot of people's like just one of their teammates didn't show up. I'm like, is he coming? Then like, it's just me. So then I'm trying to like field messages from like these individual players and then also like talk to the stream and also get ready for the tournament. So there's just a lot going on. And it was almost like people were saying like, dude, you need like another person with you. I'm like, yeah, I know. But like, it's not like we have a whole operation here. Like,
we can make I could be your co-host next time.
But maybe something like that. Yeah, that would be kind of fun.
We can get some tuxedos, get a green screen, make it real official. Have the gameplay behind us and like pointing our fingers on the map.
Dude, I mean, stuff like that would be hilarious at a certain point. It would honestly be amazing to do something funny like that. That would be really funny, pointing on it, like circling on it. If so we could set it up like that, that would be really cool.
John Madden drawings on there.
Oh, yeah, that would be amazing.
I mean, you could probably do that with a green screen. Even if you did like a map of like nothing, you know what I mean? Like you don't have the players on there. You just had the map itself and you could just, you know, draw, be like, here's a circle right here and blah, blah, blah. It'd be really funny.
Yeah, I wonder how you could do that, but it would be hilarious. But again,
we can figure it out.
There's so many things we could do on our end, but what it's still at the end of the day, what's unfortunate is that the whole system on Xbox just blows. Like the fact that you can't like select a player and it doesn't go in order of your team or closest player. So it's so annoying. Like I might be on you and I want to switch to your duo partner and it just moves me to another team. Like it doesn't go from like team 1 to team 2 to team 3. It like just sends you all over the place. It's like completely random.
I don't know why. I mean, and I don't, is there like, I don't know how much of plans they have of actually doing more with this. You know what I mean?
I think we just get like some trickle down from PC.
What does PC have right now that we don't though? Really for custom games,
they have a thing where they can pretty much control like most of the things going on. In the custom game.
Because you know what? Remember the guy that did the car race around? And stuff?
Wacky Jackie. Yeah. They can spawn extra cars. I think they can control what weapons go into it. They have zombies in custom games. They have like a bunch of different things that they could do.
Yeah, why are we gonna get that stuff?
Yeah, I don't know. It's like they really don't talk about that stuff, and I really think it's because like the custom game community on console is just not as big. You know, I mean, honestly, I see a lot of the same people like when we do custom games, like in the custom game matches and stuff like that, like a lot of the same gamer tags and like teams. It's just like I feel like it's like a group of people that like play that. So and there's not a lot of people doing tournaments. I guess there's a couple people doing tournaments on Xbox, but like not I'm sure there is, but there's not a ton. So it's just like they don't really care.
I mean, it might be worth posting in the forums and being like, yeah, why don't you guys give this any love? Like, maybe more people would use it if it wasn't such a crap shot.
Yeah, I think I'm going to now. I think I'm definitely going to reach out because of some of the changing players. And then there's like this bug going on where you're supposed to be able to hold X and go into free cam mode. But once you go into free cam mode and then you go back to first person mode or following a player mode, you can't go back into free cam. So like it was fun going into free cam, but then I would want to see like a player's perspective and then I couldn't go back to free cam. If that makes sense. Yeah, it's a weird bug. And like the free cam is really cool because you can, obviously get a bird's eye view of everything and it's really cool to look at it that way. But yeah, it's just like a weird bug. And not that many people spectate. Like most people don't even know that if you host a custom game, when you die, you can do that spectator mode thing. And it would be nice if you could do the spectator mode without having to eliminate yourself. Like if you could just set up as like the host. And then again, like when I got kicked, I couldn't get back in. Like that was annoying. Like, and I was just spectating, so you should be able to get back in the game that you're hosting. I don't know. Like, I feel like there should just be like a couple things. Like, I have a short list of things, so I have to remember to just write them a message.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. They should. I just don't get why they don't give it more love. I do get it a little bit because they're probably concentrating on other things.
Yeah, and most people
concentration on Xbox in general.
And in general, like they know like they're money makers. People want to rank up. People want to the next Survivor Pass. Like you don't get points if you're in custom games, obviously for Survivor Pass. Then they're coming out with the weapon masteries. I'm sure like you're not going to level up your weapons in custom games. So like for them, they know that like most people aren't really playing custom games, like the hardcore community. I mean, maybe some,
exactly.
But like, there's not that many people.
Which kind of sucks.
Yeah,
it sucks, but it is what it is, I guess. In some ways, I mean, it would be cool if we could host it from our computers or something, but.
Yeah, I don't even know. You know what's crazy, dude? I don't even think PlayStation has custom games yet. How is that possible?
They don't have custom games?
I'm pretty sure they don't even have custom games still. Isn't that weird? How could they just not include that in the game? It doesn't really make sense. I just don't know how they don't update stuff like that. I mean, I'm sure it's a lot of work, but like, man, that's like part of the game. So it's weird.
I don't get why they. I mean. It's one of those things like we're questioning it, but like in reality, like we know like what they're doing. Like sometimes we don't get it.
No, true. I wish I could see the numbers for how many people are playing on PlayStation and Xbox. Some way, shape, or form.
They don't show any of those types of numbers ever.
No, they really don't.
I mean, most companies don't always either, but
yeah,
it would be kind of cool to know like what the player ratio is.
Yeah,
I kind of wonder if there's a lot of PlayStation players.
I want to know too because a lot of people, I title my streams like PUBG, Xbox, PS4 streams, and like occasionally some PS4 people come in, but I still feel like the majority of people are all Xbox players for PUBG.
Yeah, I agree. I think that Sony, they were too late. Then a lot of people already went to Fortnite or something.
Yeah. It's interesting today. This is so random. Today someone came in the stream, and sometimes I wear a hat of a local coffee place. Me and Andrew are both from New Jersey, and I wear a hat from a coffee place called Rook that's in New Jersey, ROOK. And I don't wear it on stream anymore because I have the PUBG hat, but it's my thumbnail picture. And the guy came in, he's like, dude, I was scrolling through streams and I saw your hat. He's like, I'm from New Jersey. I'm like, that's crazy that he noticed, like he came in just because of that. Like, what are the odds of like the coffee? Really? It's a local coffee shop.
Stick around and subscribe?
Yeah, he wouldn't say, he's just like, oh, my grandparents are from, I was like, yo, where are you from? Like, don't tell me the town, but like, are you from this area? Like, you must be close if you like know the coffee place. And then he finally said, like, he was like, he's like, fine, shout out to Monmouth County, New Jersey. And then he said, oh, my grandparents live in so-and-so town, but that wasn't near us. So I was like, okay, makes sense. Not that far from us. But yeah, I thought, anyways, it's super random, but I just thought it was cool that, I love that when you just meet random people from random places. So it's just cool.
It's too funny. Small world.
Yeah, it is a small world. And also talking about that, I have to pull this up. I know, again, you've been super busy, so like, but you were in the stream, actually. You've been in the stream this week, but we had
today and yesterday I was.
Yeah.
Yesterday I was.
I had a crazy Monday on stream, and I just wanted to give it. I've been shouting everybody out. Obviously, I thank everybody doing the stream a million times, but Monday was a historic day for the stream, dude. I got 7 members on Monday. It broke a record for sure.
What?
I think before that it was like 3 in a day.
No way.
Yeah,
7?
Yeah, and if you guys aren't, familiar with that is, like YouTube has this membership program that they're promoting more now, and it's kind of like being a Twitch subscriber and also sort of like Patreon together. I've kind of plugged it at the beginning of the stream sometimes because it's one way that you can support us and myself, like doing the stream and YouTube and the podcast and everything. So we have now, this is crazy. I'm still growing. I'm trying to get to 100 by the end of this year. I have 41 right now, and I jumped up from 34, obviously do the math, plus 7 on Monday. And it was crazy, dude, getting 7. I mean, because I had 34, so 7 is a big chunk of that percentage wise of, so the percentage growth there on Monday was like nuts, and it's just super stoked. Yeah.
That is crazy.
Yeah, so Spooky became a member. We all know Spooky.
Yeah, so Spooky. Yeah,
he's been in the stream he was one of the first people to watch me stream. So it was just nice of him that he finally became a member. Not that he had to, but it was cool for him to join up. Sir Drums joined. Sir Drums has been watching for a long time.
Nice.
An evil can of WD-40 is pretty new, and he's a good guy. Also, a Black Knight who's been watching for a long time.
Oh yeah.
And then we had Drew Boo, who's Andrew. Shout out to him. He listens to the podcast a lot, and he's repping a Final Circle mug. So like the biggest of all shout outs.
I need to buy one of those mugs.
Drew. Yeah, and I have more logos coming, man. I'm working with my buddy Craig with a logo, and I have to send you these logos, dude. I'm going to interrupt this broadcast. This guy is helping me with some logos, and he sent me some concepts. He's working on a bunch of more stuff, but this is just like a small one, like for a very simple design. Sorry you guys in the podcast won't be able to see this, and I'm keeping it secret, but I just sent it to Andrew. I'm really excited about this top one. I think it's pretty cool. I'm trying to do a logo with like a B and a 5 together.
Wow.
I like what's 5?
Ooh, I like them both. I like them all.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. But he has a bunch of other designs. He sent me literally like a handful of designs. And the second one I'm sending you, I don't like as much. But this guy's really good. He sent me a bunch of different ideas. And he's gonna make me like a Metallica style logo where like the ends are both kind of like lightning on the side, like a metal one. Like I'm working on all these different stuff. So
I do like the top one and the bottom one on the first. Yeah, the first
pretty
image.
Cool. Pretty cool, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, anyways, it's just a sneak preview. My colors. I'm kind of right now. I'm rocking like yellow and black, Blitz 5 kind of stuff, and we're gonna try to incorporate a little bit of like a little lightning thing, but I don't want it to be too cheesy, like kind of simple. So that's the kind of like logo that I'm going for. And so, anyways, on top of that, so there was a bunch of people that joined. We had Ed P joined, Brian Alley joined, Devin Last, Doc G, D Mart, Mike Lucidi. These are all people. This is over 7 in the last week that joined. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 people that joined in last week. Devin Last, D Mart, Doc G, David Castillion, Drew Boo, Brian, Edward P, Spooky, Sir Drums, Evil Can WD-40, and Mike Lucidi. So thank you guys very much, man.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you.
I really appreciate it. That's awesome.
That's really awesome. How many people is that now? That's like 40?
Yeah, 41. 41, I said.
Wow,
yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, pretty
Thanks,
sweet.
everybody. It's really helpful.
Yeah, it's huge. So thank you guys a lot. And again, to Drew Boo for the mug. So sorry to plug that. But and the reason why I brought that up is, again, we were just talking. One of the viewers, I'm not going to say, one of the new members is from Maine. And he was just showing me, he lives on the water. He's a fisherman, dude. And he was sending me crazy pictures of these huge tuna he catches and like this like famous lobster roll place he lives by. And I was just looking at
this lobster rolls.
Well, now I want to go to Maine because I've never been, and I want to go get some lobster, which is crazy because we're not that far from Maine.
Yeah, we could do Tesla road trips when the car comes.
Yeah, and what's perfect
Charge around, bro.
Is there's Tesla chargers in Connecticut on the way to like Massachusetts. There's like a
we can
bunch
like
of
totally reduce our carbon footprint by and while we travel.
Amazing.
Just
No, but it'd be cool. But I kind of want to go. It kind of inspired me. I kind of want to go up to Maine now. I know this is like off topic, but it's just cool too meeting people. Thank you guys. Always fun meeting people all across like the U.S. and across the world, really, because we have people watching all over the place now. So it's always nice knowing where people are from. Again, please refrain from giving us like too much information. It's private. Don't want to like blow up your spot or like give away any information, especially if you guys are like under 21. Please do not tell me where you live. I try to just stick to country, but if you're from the U.S., sometimes it's nice to know what state you guys are from and just to share that like kind of information. So
that's cool.
Yeah, random, but that's cool. Yeah, it's just fun, man.
I want to go to Chattanooga actually.
Yeah, exactly. It's just fun. We do really kind of have like a little E family going on here, and it's just cool. Like, I don't know, like DK bought a house. I feel like I'm like, dude, I want to go to Tennessee and help DK move in. You know, I'm like, dude, it's like I feel like I'm friends with all these, like close friends with everybody.
I don't want to lift anything up, but yeah, I go and watch you.
No, sorry, DK. If I was there, man, I would come help you move.
Come and buy you guys. I'll buy lunch or have lunch with you.
Oh wow, look at you.
I'm just kidding.
No, but you know what I mean? It's just you
No,
I follow everybody on a day-to-day basis, so it's like I feel like I'm pretty not involved, but like I know what people are doing or up to from like what they share standpoint on a week-to-week basis, like if they're moving. So you like get, I don't know, we just got a little e-fame, so shout out to all you guys listening and stuff like that and on the stream. And I guess I'll leave it at that before I just ramble on forever about that stuff. So
it's definitely cool.
Yeah, I like it, man.
A lot of members now, and it's subscriber counts going up. Nice.
Yeah, man. We're slowly but surely, dude. And even the podcast, I'm just happy that we're going for it, and that I went for it, and we're doing all this stuff, and that it's like it's just moving forward. You know what I mean? I can't really ask for just full send, man. Just
send it. Just send it all the way.
Send it. All right. So segueing from that. Okay. So this is going to be. Well, actually, let's do one more PUBG topic before we move on from PUBG. Is there anything you want to bring up PUBG wise? When's the last time you played PUBG?
Sunday. Well, no. Saturday.
Ooh, wow. It's a long time.
No, I haven't played all week. I know I played Friday night for a long time, and then I think I was. Yeah, I was gonna play. I have to get up early tomorrow. I was gonna play last night. I just been busy at night, but then I'm gonna see Endgame Friday, so that ruins my typical Friday.
You didn't see Endgame yet?
I'm gonna see it Friday.
Oh, I was gonna talk about that after this. Okay, so never mind. We won't talk about that. Since you brought it up, I just gonna ask you: did you end up seeing Captain Marvel or no?
Yeah, I did. I like Captain Marvel. It was good.
Yeah, so no spoilers or anything, but I ended up thinking that Captain Marvel was way better than I thought it was going to be. And
yeah, I thought it was gonna be really bad. No, I didn't think it was really bad.
No, I thought it was gonna be annoying.
Yeah,
like I don't know, like annoying to watch or be like cheesy or something. And it was at first I was like cringing a little bit. I'm like, am I gonna get to this movie? And then I kind of like broke, and I'm like, this movie's actually pretty fun to watch. Like it, and because it was a new story and I don't know her story, it was fun. It was fun for me to watch. It was entertaining.
Yeah, it's weird because in the beginning I was a little confused because I know Captain Marvel is like human, and they made it look like she was an alien. I was like, wait. But I didn't know like the origin story.
Okay, I didn't even know that at all. I had like no idea what her deal was. So to me, it was just like watching it, completely new thing.
Okay, the whole thing though that confuses me is why are some of the Kree people blue, and then like the dude that I can't remember his name that's teaching her is a regular colored person.
Like he looks like a human.
Yeah, like everyone else is blue. What is going on there?
Is everybody blue though? I don't remember.
I mean, they have Ronan, who is blue, and then all the people on his team that like she fights are all blue.
He means like
why is he the only? He's like the token white dude.
Actually, I didn't really think about that, man. I never thought about that.
I didn't get it. I mean, I saw some people on like that train thing they were on when they're going to see that like Supreme Intelligence, and there's like maybe one other white person, but I was like, what? Why? I don't know.
Interesting. No, I have to look it up. I never thought about it. I mean, honestly, if you try to get into like too many like loopholes, even with Endgame, no spoilers, but there was a couple of moments where I'm trying to like do the math on some stuff. I'm like, well, like this thing and that thing. And I'm like, you know what, dude? I'm not even gonna think about it. Like,
no, you can't like nitpick like that. But that was was the one thing I was just kind of like confused me. I was like, wait,
no, that is weird. Now that I think about it, it's kind of strange. But yeah, it was actually pretty nuts. I did a thing where I was gonna go see Endgame, and then I was like, you know what? Let's go see Captain Marvel. And then my fiance had a day off during the week, and normally she doesn't. She works Monday through Friday. So we were like, let's go see. We went and saw Captain Marvel on Monday night, and then on Tuesday morning, we saw Endgame at like 9 o'clock in the morning, dude. And that was like the biggest power move ever. The movie was $5 a ticket, and we smuggled in Dunkin' Donuts and like coffee. Dude, it was savage. Yeah. We just sat there on the recliner seat, and this is what I was saying in the stream. For the first time, I've never seen this. Our seats had heated seats, and this isn't like a luxury place. This is just like a new movie theater. It just opened up.
Yeah, you had the poll where everything, you're like, movie theaters are always cold. Dude, I literally leave the Monmouth Mall movie theater, and my butthole is so sweaty. Dude, honestly, it's disgusting.
I can't believe you
so
say
hot
that.
In there.
First of all, more people voted that's not always cold than I thought, but still almost 70% of people said that the movie theater is always cold.
Dude, Monmouth Mall is always hot.
It's like two things, dude. If you're on a plane or if you're in a movie, like not every time. Sometimes the plane's gonna be hot, but like
Dude,
more
I'm
times
always
than
hot in a
not.
plane.
Well, I think this is a internal body temperature issue that you have. But on a plane, usually the air is blowing and it's cold. You always want to bring a sweatshirt on a plane. You always want to bring a sweatshirt to the movie theaters. Come on,
Bro,
dude.
whenever I take the red eye home, I'm like sweating. I'm dying.
Everybody knows that.
I don't know, man. I've never been cold on an airplane. I could get naked on an airplane
wow,
and be okay.
It's just a lot of places like that. I feel like they keep it pretty cold. So I was wearing my sweatshirt and I had my heated seats and my feet were actually cold while I was watching the movie. But it was awesome. I had a wake up wrap, bacon, egg, and cheese wake up wrap from Dunkie, some hash browns. I had a coffee. Dude. And then just watching the movie. Yeah, I've never really seen them that early, but watching the movie and just drinking the coffee, chilling was so nice. But it's 3 hours long, so I had to pee. And, people were talking about like when to go. And it was tough, man. Like I read a tweet, like, people are literally sourcing over Twitter, like when's the best time to go to the bathroom. Yeah, exactly. There's like apps. But then someone tweeted out, he's like, dude, if anybody's worried about what time to go to the bathroom, they're like, just go to the bathroom in the first 2 hours anytime. So first hour goes by, I'm like, I kind of have to pee, but I'm going to wait because this tweet said first 2 hours is fine. Okay. I'm going to tell you right now, it's not fine. Like an hour and 20 minutes into the movie, you do not want to get out of your seat. Like you want to watch the last hour 40 because there's so much interesting stuff happening. So like to me, you got to hit that bathroom before like the hour 10, hour 20 mark in my opinion. If you have to go to and dude, it's a 3 hour movie. Make sure like you go beforehand or like right at that time.
I usually try to dehydrate myself. I'm just like, dude, for that lately, I guess, I don't know. I drink a lot of water. Or something. I don't know, dude. I have to pee a lot.
And have some popcorn and dehydrate yourself. Yeah,
I just don't drink anything in there anymore, bro.
Wow.
I'm just like,
wow. Is popcorn a must for you if you go see a movie, or you're like not a big popcorn person?
I'll get it, but I'm not like, I hate paying for shit at the movie theater. It's just so overpriced. It just makes me like so dissatisfied.
Oh, me too, man. I feel like I hate it, but I don't see that many movies a year, so I feel like other than this 9 o'clock and other than this 9 o'clock show, I always get popcorn.
But the power move is what you did. Like I usually go, this is gonna sound really nerdy, but like for things like big movies that have come out, I usually go like, I'll either take off of work and go early in the morning on a Friday because no one's there, or like I go on a Saturday morning by myself or something like that. Like I think the only big movie I've seen opening night is like Star Wars: The Last Jedi. I went, and then but like all the other Star Wars and stuff, I've gone like what was it? Guardians of the Galaxy. I went by myself first thing in the morning, and you could bring like, you just like walk in.
Yeah, people do not care in the morning. People do not care.
Yeah, and you just like, and it's nice because I could have the seat I want. Like I hate when it's really crowded, and if you do have to go pee, you're like going in front of people. I hate that.
Yeah, me too.
I hate doing it. I don't care when people do it, which is weird. I'm like, it's cool. I get it. You got to pee.
Yeah.
But like, I hate being that person that's doing it.
No, for sure.
So, like, it's nice. When
it's definitely a good move, man. Going in the morning, it was just awesome.
It's so much cheaper. You can see IMAX by us for like $9, $10, which is like the normal, like or $11, which is like cheaper than a normal movie ticket now. So
yeah. Movies are expensive now, and they really screw you on all that stuff. And yeah, if you can bring smuggling snacks, it's the way to go. But something about having that salty ass popcorn, and I don't drink soda anymore either. But I got like I got like a cherry Coke and had some popcorn during Captain Marvel, and I was just
dude. Yeah, every now and then, dude, a nice soda and a popcorn, bro.
Just the salty sweet in the soda. It's awesome together.
I got like a pineapple soda one time.
Ugh, interesting.
I'm so fat.
Dude, one of the grossest things I did, not grossest, but fattest things I did is one time I smuggled Five Guys into a movie theater, like a cheeseburger and fries. And we had like ketchup like all over us. We were like, dude, this is so fat. But it was fun. Like, it's fun watching a movie and eating. It really is. It's very
relaxing. I mean, donuts was a power move. I never thought of that until you said it.
Yeah.
It's just hard because you like girls are perfectly positioned. We're going way off from PUBG right now, but this is good. Dude, girls are the best. Get yourself a girl with a big purse.
Exactly,
you can put a bunch of shit in there.
Yeah,
dude, I'm probably spitting into my mic right now. I don't have my spit stand here, and I'm getting real close to the mic, heated on this.
Yeah. No, that's definitely clutcher. Like, but they did have a bag check, so we were worried they were gonna check our bag. But it was for people. Really? Yeah, there was a bag check, but it was for people. Like, you can't bring in bigger bags now because they're worried about like something happening at the movie theater. Yeah, I don't know. So like
donut bomb.
Yeah. But,
imagine they open up your bag and like you have a box of donuts in here. I'd be like, yes. I'd be like, dude, are you really gonna like not give me shit at 9 a.m. for having a box of donuts?
I mean, the thing that I want to know is like, I heard that like they actually don't care Like that's like a myth that they
Nah,
care
probably,
about food, and I think they probably do care. But like, I wonder if they even do care.
I bet it depends on the person you get. Like honestly, like you're working at the movie theaters, like you get some kid. He's probably.
No, but I
like,
mean, is there a rule that you can't bring outside food and drink to AMC? I mean, I honestly think that the average person that's getting paid like minimum wage,
everybody's
really
doing it, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I don't think there's. It's probably an unspoken rule, but it might be written somewhere.
Oh yeah, it says AMC Entertainment has an outright ban on food because wow.
Because they want you to buy their popcorn for $10.
Wow, someone like sued them because they asked them to leave and they brought like a lawsuit.
Really?
Wow.
They asked them to leave with food and the people sued. Did they win? Probably not. Or they didn't have it written and they asked them to leave and they sued them and then they won. Now
it's hard to read the article during like the podcast, but it's like
too much detail.
Yeah, too much details in this article, but that's hilarious, man. I mean, I guess they're trying. That's why. I mean, obviously they're trying to make more money off. They make the most money off selling you popcorn. Probably cost them 10 cents to make. You know.
Yeah,
and they're selling it for $15, which is. It's just sad how much the markup is. It really is.
It's so much. Like if you go down the mall and you can get all the same candy for $1.25. Like that's why those like convenience stores stands are there in the malls and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Well, by my mall at least because there's a mall and the movie theater is attached.
Yeah, yeah. But I feel like they could just make the popcorn like make it $6. Don't make it $15. It literally was for a Coke and popcorn. It was like $18.
Yeah, it's not even filling. You can eat 600 pounds of popcorn.
Yeah. I know.
Like the soda is actually more like fills me up faster than.
Oh, seriously? Yeah. But that's fun, man. And then on top of that, like, we could talk a little bit since we're already talking about show stuff. Game of Thrones. Did you again? No spoilers. Did you watch that episode? Right, the last one.
I did watch it.
This was episode 3 of the final season, which is season 8, right? I think.
Yeah, and everyone. Yeah, so. Actually, it's funny because today I saw a link and someone like a fan or someone on the show, like or not on the show, but someone like brightened it up.
The whole episode or a picture?
Just like just like part like 3 minutes of it.
Oh, interesting.
And it is incredibly dark because they did it side by side.
Yeah, what we're talking about, the episode without any spoilers, a big episode in Game of Thrones. If you're following Game of Thrones, you know that this season, the final season, every episode is pretty much a big episode. This episode, I think the next one, are an hour and 20 minutes. And this one was like extremely, extremely dark on purpose to try to, it's kind of like the mood they were going for, the tone, but it was crazy how dark it was.
Yeah, I think they overkilled it.
I read that they were literally like, they said it's really rare for a movie theater. I mean, a movie production or TV production or any kind of studio production is that in most of the scenes, like that were in the castle, no spoilers, they were literally only using the light of the candle that they would never do. You know, when they're in a studio or set, they're using so much lighting everywhere.
Yeah.
And they were just using the candle light, which is like unheard of. And that's why it was so crazy dark everywhere.
Yeah, which I think that was
I thought it was cool because it was like it made it more chaotic. I thought
it's cool, but I want to see shit, dude. I want to see it.
Yeah, it also made it kind of like it also made me squint like crazy. I have bad vision, so it made me feel bad about myself. I was like, fuck this, dude, I can't see shit. And then also like it really was a whole episode. Like it was a lot. You were looking forward to the episode, so then to be like not really sure, which was cool because it made it like really suspenseful. Like I really felt kind of on edge the whole time, but like not being able to see was kind of weird, but I like it to a certain extent. I'm not gonna lie.
No, I did like the darkness of it, but I think they could have like lightened it up a little bit. That like you were missing a lot. I feel like I was missing a lot.
But I feel like they did that on purpose because they didn't want you to know what was happening. So like you would be like, what just happened? What just happened? You know what I mean? Like I feel like they wanted everybody to do that, which to me is kind of an interesting strategy. And like Game of Thrones always does weird shit, so it's kind of fun that they like mess with people. You know?
Yeah, but then I don't know.
Because everyone's panicking. They're like, oh, was that this person? Was that this person? You know what I mean? Like you don't know.
Yeah, is the person dead?
Yeah.
But if you, I'll try to find the link or something. It was. Really
I saw a
good,
picture of it lightened up, and it looked crazy.
No, but the 3 minutes was like when the White Walker, when the horses ride in, they're coming back.
Okay, cool.
And,
you could see like a little bit of difference.
Yeah, you could see like it looks so clear. You're like, you can actually see like people's faces, and you're like, oh, like this looks pretty dope.
Interesting.
I don't know. I mean, it'd be cool if they like released a version that was was lightened up a bit, so I could see.
Yeah, I'm looking. Some
But
people are.
some people are probably pissed.
Yeah, especially like if we were watching on like a little bit of an older TV at someone else's house, and like it was definitely kind of hard to see.
Yeah.
I feel like that happened to Day Day. He was like, I watched it on a better TV. Like he's like, my downstairs TV is just like better clarity, and he's like, I was able to see like so much more. And I feel like some of these episodes are definitely ones I'm gonna want to watch back. And I've never rewatched the series, but I think Game of Thrones is gonna be the first series I ever rewatch because it's just so much. So many characters in that show. There's so much that's gone on over the years that I definitely want to.
I think I was gonna rewatch it once it ends. Mm-hmm. It's just so addicting.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's crazy to think that we've been watching it for so long. It's been like so many years.
Yeah,
that's kind of crazy.
Yeah, I'm excited for next week too.
Yeah, I'm super excited, man. Every Game of Thrones episode, I'm excited for. I just love the show. I love the intro. I just get so hyped for it. I really I mean, everybody does. A lot of people do. What?
I've never been like that for a TV show though, so.
You've never been what?
Like excited like this, like for a TV show.
Oh, same.
I probably never will be again either. You know.
No, it's just cool because it's like it's got all the cool stuff. It's like medieval. It's got kind of a little bit of sci-fi aspect. It's like ruthless. Crazy shit happens. The characters are cool. Everything is pretty cool. It's not. Yeah. It's not always predictable, but like predictable to a certain point. It's like I don't know. Game of Thrones definitely changed the game with all that stuff.
Oh, definitely. A guy I work with actually was like, "Oh, I don't like the medieval stuff." I'm like, "Dude, like, that's just like the setting. That's it. Like, beyond that, like, you can like totally like, it's just the plot. Like, you don't have to worry about."
In the beginning, there is a lot of like weird stuff going on, but the more you watch it, it is more of like, yeah, you're right. It's just the setting. It's more about
I think they did an amazing job on character development.
Oh, dude, the characters are just insane. Insane characters, like, and there's so many of them, dude.
Storyline. Like, oh my god, yeah.
They have like so most shows have like 3 good characters. Game of Thrones has like dozens of characters that are just insane. They have so many. Some of their best characters, they just kill them immediately. They're like, who cares? They don't give. Yeah. They don't give. Yeah. It's like they have like 10 Michael Jordans and they kill all of them. They're like, we don't care.
Yeah, dude. And I always thought this was crazy that like I'm kind of gonna like not spoil this season, but like a couple seasons ago now. But like Hodor, dude, like. That character's been in there since the first book and like the first episode, and like you just think he's a big oaf or whatever.
Yeah.
And like you go through this whole thing, like the plotting is so good that like you get to like the second to last season, and you find out like, oh, like he was a normal person, and like this is what happened, and now he's like Hodor. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Just that like character is like such a minute character that's just like carrying around a crippled person the whole time, and you're like, oh. Like, dude, to really plot that out is like kind of genius.
I just don't know how the dude like wrote some of the stuff like that. It's just insane.
He must have no life. Oh yeah, like straight up no life.
Wow, how dare you? I think he's just a really creative guy. He's from New Jersey.
Have you seen him?
Yeah.
Wait, he's from New Jersey?
Yeah, the writer is from Bayonne, New Jersey. Yeah.
Oh, you know what? You're right.
Yeah,
Should go knock on his door.
There was a guy at the local 7-Eleven by me that looked like him, so he used to always be like, "Dude, is George R. Martin at 7-Eleven today?" I'd be like, "Nah." It's so funny, dude.
No, dude, it's that's too funny. I always just think of the South Park episode. If people are familiar,
I don't think I've seen that.
Oh, dude, like it's actually when Xbox
South Park
was
Game of Thrones.
Out. It was Remember? So
Black Friday? No, I never saw.
Yeah, the Black Friday.
I missed all these good episodes. No, I never saw.
And when it was Xbox and PlayStation 4, it was like a trilogy, and they were dressed up as Game of Thrones characters and stuff. And then they go get George R. Martin to like he's like Eric Cartman's like, hey, well, you gotta figure out what happens in Game of Thrones. Like at the end, like what happens? We need to know. And then like Butters goes to George R. Martin. He just like drags out. He's like, yeah, the dragons are coming. Like they're coming. Don't worry. Like all this shit. He's like, yeah, it's all coming. Don't worry. He's like, but have you seen this guy's wiener in there? Like,
oh
so
shit,
funny.
that is hilarious, dude. I gotta watch that.
They're genius. That's old now because it's from when Xbox One and PlayStation 4.
I know. I remember you telling me you like love those episodes, and I never watched them. So
dude, they're just savage.
I gotta watch them.
South Park has some genius writing too.
Oh, amazing!
Like just how they fit all that shit into one, like 30 minutes of TV.
I watched someone told me to watch the Amazon one recently, and it just made me depressed.
Oh my god!
It made me like sad because it was just like so like depressing.
True.
Yeah, so true and kind of
so
depressing.
Yeah.
Like slaves for
guy
Amazon.
That's a box. Guys, if you open the box, I'll die.
Oh yeah, that's right. He's like packed in the box.
Yeah.
That's
Well, we can go back to PUBG now. We just went real
no, it's
far
so
off
good. I
this
mean,
one.
talking that stuff is fun. So I hope you guys enjoyed that too, or you guys are watching that stuff. If not, you know what was crazy to segue off that? I did a poll like, have you guys watched Captain Marvel? Have you guys watched Endgame yet? Are you guys watching Game of Thrones? And like, so many people voted no. They're like, I don't watch Game of Thrones. I'm like, damn, I was shocked.
I know, they're missing out.
It was like 70% of people. I thought it'd be the other way around. 70% of people didn't watch Game of Thrones who voted. I thought it would be the other way around. I thought it's literally insane. I thought how many people watched that show, but I guess not. And I guess being on HBO doesn't really help, but still, I mean, that show is just awesome. I know people probably get tired of hearing that, but out of all the things to watch, I mean, at a certain point, I feel like it's not even jumping on the bandwagon, or I know some people don't like to do things that other people are doing, but the show is just so well done that like, why like miss if you're into entertainment, why miss out on it? But anyways, that's just, everyone's entitled to their own thing. So to bring it back to PUBG before we end episode 22, I sent, Andres this tweet. This is from Wacky Jackie. I thought this was interesting, and it made my mind kind of go to a different place here. And this is why I like this, that we have this platform. And maybe it stinks that we saved it to the end, but I just like talking about like theoretical gaming stuff and like kind of game theory and whatever. So Wacky Jackie said, "Here's a thought about PUBG." Talking about the weapon balances. He said, buff shotguns and SMGs so they're worth using for full games, because today there's no doubt that the most competitive weapon combination is AR/DMR/sniper. So AR and a sniper rifle, whether that's a DMR or a sniper. And then he said his personal thoughts are that buff the shotgun damage or reduce bullet spread, and buff SMG damage and increase the damage fall off. So the bottom part, I don't really agree with his correction of buffing the SMGs and increasing the damage fall off, because SMGs are supposed to not have long distance shooting. But I do agree with him that I noticed that as I play more, I feel like I'm becoming better at PUBG because I play every day, that like I noticed that I really do not use SMGs anymore. I really don't. Shotguns sometimes are fun to keep, especially if you're on a map where people are going to be in buildings a lot. It's a good way to clear buildings. Sometimes I honestly think some people shouldn't use a sniper and should probably have a shotgun. It's better to have that like clear. But I find myself normally now rocking 2 ARs or an AR and a sniper. And I won that game recently where I had 2 AKs. So I'm like, you really don't. I'd rather have 2 AKs than AK and an UMP at this point in the game, at least for me. Just my play style. So, and even yet today I was using an UMP and I felt like weird because I was like, the stopping power here is just like not that good.
Yeah.
But to me, my bad, just to finish the thought. Like, I feel like to fix. Actually, let me just stop there. So, yeah, what do you think? I'm sorry.
No, I agree. I always, if I have the option to carry 2 ARs, I'd take 2 ARs over an AR and SMG.
Yeah, I mean, and I know like I had a nice like triple kill with an UMP today, and I got it because the UMP is so stable at shooting. So I feel like to me, to change this, like you don't want to make the submachine guns have more range, because then it's like, what's the difference between a submachine gun?
No, yeah, they shouldn't have more range.
Yeah, if anything, it should just have less recoil to me, or way faster time aiming down, like bring it from hip to aim down sight. Like it should be really fast, like aim down sight. It should be tighter spread, because in real life shooting an MP5 is actually really easy compared to like a pistol or an assault rifle. There's like not that much kickback. I've shot an MP5 plenty of times, and I've shot a bunch of ARs. I don't know that I'm not an expert, but it's way easier to shoot an MP5 than it is a regular assault rifle. So I don't know. I was just brainstorming in my head that like trying to keep it realistic. And also, I mean, maybe they could buff the damage a little bit on some of those guns, but they definitely have something that they need to fix, because the ARs are super powerful. I mean, maybe they need to decrease the hip spread on ARs or something like that to make them like people less want to use them close range or something. So over the shoulder doesn't work as well. I'm not really sure, but it seems like, or maybe the bullet speed should go up on the submachine guns. But I think Wacky Jackie had a good point, so I just wanted to bring it up on the podcast.
No, I agree. I think I don't know. It's
because you don't want people only using 5.56 and 7.62. It kind of like, obviously the VSS is really strong. The old Vector, the 45 one is good. We haven't used the new one on console yet because it's not out.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? It's like a weird balancing thing.
Yeah, I agree. I just think every now and then the ump is like a laser beam, even like from a mid distance, and it will just lay people out. I mean, I guess they're kind of patching that, but at the same time,
Yeah, the new the fall off distance is even more when it has 45 rounds. So I think that's what he's referring to, because the damage, it's like the 45 got worse, I think, in the next update. And so I'm not like shitting on the ump. The ump is still a great gun, but I just noticed that like a lot of competitive players, you see like most people will end the game with an AR. Maybe that's just what the game is going to be like. Maybe that's just what it is ideal. Like at the end of the day, like there's always going to be one gun that's better than another. So maybe that just is what it is. But I like games that try to have more like weapon parity. But when you're also dealing with being realistic, you can't like make the shotgun like a sniper, because then it's not a shotgun anymore. So I don't really think the shotguns need that much um, of a buff. I mean, I'm not really sure. Maybe a little bit better pellet spread, because sometimes that seems like really inaccurate. Sometimes it seems like the pellets go like perfectly center. Sometimes it seems like they fly all over the place. So that I definitely vibe with him on that, but the other stuff I'm not really so
yeah,
sure. So if you guys have any thoughts on that, definitely leave them down in the YouTube comments about that. What do you think about the guns? Do you think it's like problematic that people end up always using an AR and a sniper? What do you guys normally run? I feel like everybody, ideally, if you ask them what's your ideal setup, they're gonna say AR and a sniper or a DMR. And
yeah,
yeah, I think that's it. And honestly, sometimes I mean I've really been rocking like now. I'm okay at sniping, but I'm just not the best. And I feel like I almost win more games when I have two ARs. And because then I don't have to worry about reloading, I can switch faster, I can fight people quicker. So yeah, I don't know what the future of that is, but interesting stuff. And if you guys haven't seen it, I would definitely promote watching. Wacky Jackie made an interesting video about the new UMP 45, UMP switch to 45, the vector switch to 9mm, if in case you guys didn't know, but I'm assuming you guys already do. And he made a video why he thinks the UMP is like the worst, one of the worst guns to use now, and he graphed all the damage charts. And it'd probably be interesting for you to watch, Andrew, because you'd like it. He did so much graphing of all the charts of all the guns, and it was
really.
interesting to see. Yeah, he graphed all the guns and they're like damage, and also like he did all the SMGs like bullet drop off. And it was interesting to see the guns he did versus level 2 armor and level 2 helmet, and then just like overall, like how much damage the guns do. And obviously, all the crate weapons were like the best, the MK14, the Groza, the AUG. But then after, you could see like what regular guns are the fastest to kill someone with level 2 gear. And it was like the AKM, the G36C, the VSS was really higher than
Yeah,
most guns. So it's like kind of crazy to look at this, because then it makes you kind of to me, it makes me think about what guns I'm using a lot more. And then the ump was all the way bottom at that list. It was like only above like pistols and like some of the other, and like next to the bison. It was crazy. So it was pretty low on the overall like time to kill list out of any other gun in the game, which is not good for submachine guns in PUBG.
yeah, I agree. I mean, I think that they're kind of switching things around, and it would be definitely interesting to switch it up in that way for sure.
Yeah, just play around with it, but we'll see. Anyway, so go make sure you guys go check out that video. I definitely find it useful, and definitely just consider what guns you guys are using when you play. Obviously, just to talk a little tactical before we end the podcast. Like
Yeah,
I've been definitely thinking about that a lot more. Like on Vikendi, I've had a lot more success using 7.62 because people have better vests. They have level 3 vests. There's more level 3 helmets. 7.62. I know a lot of people don't. Sometimes people don't like those guns because they're hard to control. But it's just the stopping power is way higher, And then you also got to notice your play style. Like if you aim for the head, the AK has one of the highest time to kills when you get a headshot. It's one of the highest guns. But if you aim for the chest, like you want to use the G36C or the M4 more and stuff like that. So definitely take a look at these videos. And there's a lot of times where I don't like looking at this data. I call a lot of bullshit on a lot of data when people go like, oh, this gun with this thing works better, and but the actual time to kill and damage per shot is something that I feel like is not bullshit at all. It's basically just telling you how long it's going to take to kill somebody and how good it is against XYZ armor and vest and helmet. So I definitely find that stuff pretty helpful. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah. No, I agree. I think 7.62 is always gonna. I always try to have a 7.62 gun or a well, I always try to have a 7.62, a barrel or an AKM.
Yeah. I just think
Because
now
just you can always pull it out and it will lay someone down.
exactly, and after looking at this chart, it just makes me think that like if you're playing in a game now, when I looked at these, like it looked like the top 3 weapons or, top, I think everybody already knows this, but like, if you're playing looting, you're going to either want to have an AKM, a barrel, M4, or an M4 equivalent like the G36C. You need one of those guns, and you need a VSS if you're trying hard. Like if you want to actually win and like play with a weapon, those are the best weapons to kill with. And then obviously you guys watch me sometimes. Like I play with random weapons, the Tommy gun, Uzi. All those guns are great and can get kills. But if you're trying to give yourself the best situation to win, then that's definitely the way to go. And yeah, I guess that about does it, man.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really have anything to add. I mean, it was a pretty low week for PUBG for me, at least. So
yeah. Hopefully get on soon, man. I think it's a good time. Like I said last week, it's a good time to take a break because, you're busy anyways. But the new Survivor Pass probably coming out. We keep talking about this, but first or second week of May. So we're just in. Like I said today, as we record this, is Wednesday, May 1st. So hopefully, we'll be seeing that update in a week or two. Next it's Wednesday now, so maybe I guess next Tuesday or the Tuesday after. I'm happy that there's not a ton of stuff going on, but for the stream and stuff like that, it does make it kind of slow. So I'm excited for it to come, but I'm happy there's a little bit of a break so I could play custom games and do other stuff. But definitely need some more PUBG stuff. It keeps everybody excited and makes it just a little bit more eventful for sure. So
yeah, there's been a lot in the pipe for PC, so hopefully that trickles down to us.
Yeah, for sure. I wonder what we'll get, and I guess we'll just go from there, dude. So
yeah, we'll see.
All right, everybody. Well, thank you. We appreciate you guys watching again. Episode number 22. Awesome. We're keep on chugging along. You guys know pretty much every Wednesday we record this and post on Thursday. Sometimes we switch it up, but that's the normal timeline. And as I said in the middle of the episode, just shout out to all the new members and thank you to everybody else for your continued support. Watch out for new merch coming to the merch store and other ways to support the podcast and the tournament. If you guys played in the tournament, hope you guys had fun. I'll be working on the rest of the stats and the best clip stuff tomorrow before the stream, and then hopefully I'll have that out soon. And then, and custom, for anybody listening, probably going to be streaming, well, not probably, definitely going to be streaming Saturday morning and doing custom games with, it seems like Saturday is the day that we run custom games now. So if you guys are interested in doing that, hit us up on Xbox, or at least me on Xbox on Saturday to play. All right. And I guess I'll just take us out. So thank you guys for making it into the final circle with us. We'll see you guys next week.
Yes. See you later.
Thanks, yes, everyone. Queen. Bye. Peace.